Hey, Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. I don't usually make two episodes of Alpha Commission in one day, but I did think I would just because, there is a little bit of a bullishness on the charts. And of course, that does go along with what I was saying about getting into the previous day's momentum pool. We did successfully hold on to it for the entire day. And so the next day, basically earlier this afternoon, because the days close on a weird schedule for Bitcoin. But on the next day, which we're now just a beginning, you can see that Bitcoin did start with that little bit of bullishness. I have updated the alpha momentum scale over here. You can see that we are essentially at a estimated neutral point, and so we are really going to see if we're going to pivot along this horizontal support essentially. Yeah, there's lots of wicks up and down. Yeah, we've wicked up here. We've also wicked below it. But if we can kind of hang on to 16,845, I would expect that we would turn a little bit bullish. If we do lose that, I really wouldn't be too worried until we get to 16,645, in which case I will heavily lean bearish, moderately bearish below 16,680 between that little zone there. I do have a new updated 2 to 5 day projection. Actually, this is just a 2 day projection, and it does suggest that we need to get over this area in order to be bullish. Actually, I do have a little bit of a white line here that does incorporate the 5 day. So if you want to be just a solidly bullish, I really do think 17,911 is the number that we're going to go for. Now, guys, of course, the bullish, super bullish is basically coming down 20,641. It just slowly will come down over time, but still quite a ways away. And our Ono anyway is a 16,298, essentially 16,300, which would put us at tremendous risk. If we do go ahead and just look at the pattern that I did outline for us in the last episode, you can see that we do have this bearish pennant still there. There is a head and shoulders formation inside of it. In the group, I was suggesting that the measured move for that would be to the upside, actually, if it's a failed head and shoulders, which could bring us anywhere to around $17,600. So if you want to just target something just loosely, 17,600 would probably be a pretty decent number. You can kind of front run that maybe around 17,550. That is if we don't make it to the solidly bullish area, if we don't get on top of that 2 to 5 day projection over here. The measured move to the downside, should we end up closing the head and shoulders, would be approximately 15,400 and let's just say 15-ish. Okay, so you do see that we are following the lines that I drew here. Let me just turn off these momentum pools. You can see that we are following this kind of arrow that I did point out there for the last episode. And so hopefully we do hold this ground above bearish and a solid bearish, and we are able to flip this estimated neutral area into some type of support, and that would give us that lift to be able to potentially hit this area at the 17,500 and let's just call it 50-ish. Okay. Of course, if we do collapse down under this solidly bearish level, then we do have this kind of a yellow line that I've pointed out here, 16,363. We violate that, we're going to close this head and shoulders. And then that head and shoulders is going to have that measured move down to 15,415. But moreover, it could initiate the bear flag, which could take us substantially lower in the charts, as low as 10,000 to $12,000 with some type of more conservative plays, perhaps around 14,000. Let's just say that we just imagine that this is some type of an accumulation wedge. Then we could easily see a play like this, where Let's just put it around here. Yeah, and then you could see like the measured move would be to a 14,000. But that is kind of the range that I'm thinking about here: 14,000, 12,000-ish, and then 10,000-ish, just based upon this bear pennant or the possibly a distribution wedge. Pardon me, a distribution wedge there that may be in play. Right now, I do see a pennant. I don't see a distribution wedge. So, I'm just going to lean towards the more bearish outcome just to have a little bit more conservatism there. However, we are pumping on the day and we have not closed the head and shoulders. So again, guys, I do think that we can, if we hold this area right here, again, we should be able to make it to 17,125, and that a bullish bias might, it might just take us up to this 17,600, if not more. We can talk about it in a later episode based upon our current momentum pools at the time. But our current target is 17,125, and then getting over that, the secondary target is a 17,550-ish. Okay, that was your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.